Okay, so this is a Coleman shade tent, easiest shade it says. And it makes the claim that it takes 1 minute to set this up. So we're gonna see if we can actually set this up in 1 minute. So we're gonna start the timer now.
Okay. Hold these out. Hold these out in the middle.
I got one.
Two.
I got one. Okay, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Oh, wow.
What's up? Wow, that's our first time.
This is nice, but it can actually go underneath, can't it?
What?
The flies can go underneath, can't they?
Well, not if we put this thing down.
Okay, because this is the whole purpose of this is to not have flies. And to zip it so they don't get it. Uh-oh. Okay. Wow, that's really nice.
Do you want to orient it a little differently, or
Well, sure, out towards the water more.
like just twist it a bit?
Tiny
this way?
curve, yeah, exactly. This one's stuck in this, there we go.
You gotta just come back here if you don't mind and pick that corner up.
Okay. Oh.
There.
Moving our tent because it was just not quite enough room. So Ryan's cleared out a really beautiful spot here, and he's about to secure it to a tree because we have kind of a patio type outdoor thing. So we're moving everything, as you can see, and we're gonna put a different mosquito shelter over there. Yeah, oh, you hear that beautiful bird? we are now on our way across the lake to go and pick up the barge for the first time. Actually put it into our lake, and we'll see how it all goes. We're hopeful that it will be an easier launch than it was to get it out. Right?
Yeah, that's right. Do you want to push us off, honey?
Okay.
Okay.
Ahoy!
Hang on, let me help.
Okay.
Oh, you got us. Okay. Oh, it's fairly deep here.
It's not where we're going to put this barge yet, but it could be sitting right in that bay for now. There isn't really even a spot to get up on shore though. Not really sure. We should probably take a look over there too, just to see. I don't know, maybe there is a spot to go up on shore there.
Where are you wanting to look, honey?
I just want to drive by there and see if there's a place to walk up. Love to get that big dead tree out of the water.
Oh, we're finally going to have the barge here. I can't believe it. After all this time. What we're doing right now is we're just trying to find a safe place to dock it. We need some place that's out of the wind, where the trees aren't going to fall on it, and some place that provides relatively easy access to get the material off the barge and into the campsite.
Is that a little old dock there, or a little place to get up onto the land? Because it looks like there's some boards there.
Maybe it used to be. Makes sense.
So if that's the case,
That could be all cleared out.
we could clear that all out and put it in there for now. That would keep it all nice and
Out of the wind.
out of the wind. Yeah. That's interesting. We just have to clear those boards out. And there's a big, huge log sticking in the water right there. So it's fairly, can you see the bottom here?
Yeah.
Would that be deep enough for the barge?
Oh yeah.
Okay. That might work. We do just need to haul some of those out. Maybe with the boat we can wrap rope around it and get those out before we get it.
I think we could just drive the barge right onto it. The barge is big, honey.
Okay, so that's one option that we could park that barge for now. Let's take a look at a couple others. We're coming into a slightly windier part because it's a little bit more open. So it's a little tiny bit windier. Apparently it's not like the big lake itself, but isn't that so beautiful? Let's just go and look in here. That right there? Right there? Yeah.
Not for the barge.
No, for me to get up. Yeah, right. See, we just don't know what the shore is like anywhere.
Boggy to me.
Yeah, it does look quite boggy. All along there, hey? But you know, that's a hill up there. All the way along there seems like that's a hill.
That looks like a flat spot in there. A nice homestead spot.
For one of the family cabins, maybe. What about like right in here, right by this lovely old homestead of the bird family.
On one of our scouting missions to the cabin here, we discovered that this area of beach was actually used as a landing area for the different boats that the former inhabitants used. Of course, now they've been sitting there for years and years, decades actually, and the forest has reclaimed them. But it's good to know that they've done all the research for us. This is probably a really good spot.
How close to the shore is that?
I think it's up high enough.
I just wonder about that. How would we know?
See the high water mark on the willows?
Yeah. But that means the water's not there now.
Right.
So wouldn't that be terrible if we got stuck there? She said that the roof didn't take because it wasn't tin. And it just eventually collapsed. So pretty though. So I can't tell how deep the water is here. That's part of the issue.
Well, it's full of pollen right now.
Like here's a spot right here to walk up onto.
You know, we could tie the barge there.
I just don't know how deep this is.
Oh, it's good enough for the barge.
I know at the tip of the island there, you could hardly get around. Isn't that beautiful?
It's deep enough here.
I love that. It's deep enough right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
We really only need a foot of water.
Well, we're going to come over here and do some clearing, right? So it would make sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is where we did initially think that we would come. So if you think this is better than the other one for now, but you know what? We can move it anytime we want.
That's right.
So
I think just putting it at the other one for now is good.
okay.
Okay.
What are we about to do?
We're going to put that barge in the water.
Sure are. Let's go. We're about to launch this barge and we're excited to get this in the water. It's looking pretty sweet. We painted it and did all that we had to do, so it's looking pretty nice today. You're doing good. You just need to come this way a tiny bit.
All right. Also got to come up. Maybe not.
No, you don't. No, you don't need to come up.
Okay.
I'll tell you though.
All right.
You're doing well. Keep coming. Okay, 5 inches. Just the way you're doing it. Slow. Slow. Stop. I don't know if you can quite make it yet, but it looks pretty. Yeah, you look like you might be able to. It's right over the top. It's perfect.
Hey, how you doing? Doing good. Today is hope everything goes okay.
I hear you.
You were right about Starlink.
It worked, did it?
I didn't need to go online for anything. I just powered up Starlink and it automatically searched and it was all good.
Okay. That was that was the way I took it. I don't own one, so but I thought that was.
But yeah, the guy
Sort of my understanding,
that
huh?
talked to me about his, apparently why he needed Wi-Fi is because he had to call Starlink and activate his portability
Oh.
because it was registered to another geolocation, right?
Okay. Okay.
And that was his deal.
I guess that would make sense. I mean.
Yeah, because I mean you can't really call them if you don't have Wi-Fi.
Right. Yes.
And it makes sense that you wouldn't need it to set it up.
Right.
Melody and I were talking. We thought, well, it doesn't make sense. Like it's supposed to be
Yes.
for remoteness, right?
Yeah. Well, is it brand new? Like it's never been initialized? Like?
No, never.
No, we had to.
Oh, really? And it's still started up okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Perfect.
It said, hold your phone up, spin it around. It was neat. It worked with the phone.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel a little bit foolish standing there with your phone.
Yeah, I did a pirouette. It said no obstructions, and then it said plug everything in and hit start setup. And all of a sudden the dish just went.
Cool.
Done.
Well, this is the public boat ramp, and it's located several kilometers away from the island. And it's a bit of a problem because we were hoping to get Crown land right across from the island to enable us to access the island from there, but the closest we're able to do is, like I said, a few kilometers away. So we're just doing some last minute prep. I think the barge looks really nice with its new coat of paint. We've got Gil and a friend here, and they're going to hold on to the lines and make sure the barge doesn't float away. Keep in mind, we've never backed this barge into any body of water before with this trailer, so let's hope it goes okay.
Chandler, you're taking the tractor with you.
And just like that, it's away. What were we worried about? Didn't think it would go that easy. You know, this boat ramp is perfect. It's nice and shallow for about 15-20 feet, and then it drops right off.
Sweet. There it goes. Yay! Nice. Beautiful. Oh, wow. Wow, that went off without a hitch. Good job, honey.
Well, it floats. That's good. Now we just have to see how it drives. The real test will be seeing how it handles out in the open water.
Oh, okay, it gets twisted right around.
That's what I thought. It's down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now here, this is the throttle.
Yeah.
That little arrow there
Yeah.
is the difference between tortoise and hare, right? If you twist this way, the throttle stays.
Okay.
So then you can take your hands off.
Okay.
Now the throttle can move, okay? When you stop, press that.
How do you get, oh, so how do I, that's how I stop the boat entirely?
Yeah, just hit that. You can slow the revs down, flip it into neutral, and then reverse. Can't flip it into reverse right now because the motor's up, right? But once the motor's down, you can flip it into reverse.
And how do I get the motor down? Will you do all that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I will.
So when I stop, it's just going to float.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. You'll still be able to steer it somewhat, but it'll stop. You're doing great. You're the prettiest captain I've ever seen.
So how are we going to get in here now? Look at where we're going. Towards the barge. Boy, that looks very beautiful in the water.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Turning the corner out of the bay and into the open water here, what a feeling. I don't know, there's just something about being out here on the water with the promise of the future ahead of us. It's like it just got real, you know? Oh, I love this place. I just can't wait to get our homestead built up and spend all of our time here, you know? I think about the things that happened to get us here, choices we made, how it all just fell together. How we kind of just jumped off into the void, really, not knowing what to expect. But we just seemed to have this comforting feeling that it would all work out okay. I suppose some people might view this as foolish. Some might think it was way too risky. But my wife and I, we relish the adventure. Well, here we are. We have our first load of supplies on our barge, and we're coming home. Well, that was a beautiful ride on a beautiful lake in a beautiful part of the world. We made it here safe and sound. So now we'll get something to eat, and then the real work begins.
This is our home, our tent.
Well, this is indeed home. Talk about humble beginnings, right? One of the things I love about my wife is her willingness to even rough it like this. I mean, it's not the most comfortable situation. It's cold, it's wet, doesn't afford a whole lot of protection. But you know what? It's fun. And the best part is, we're together.
I actually don't know if this is very good to do, if it's very healthy. I can't really have pasta without cheese. So, no.
It looks like curds.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like you're a little bit short a couple ingredients for some, what's that stuff called? Fries and...
Poutine?
Poutine, yeah.
Yeah.
Pasta poutine, honey.
Yeah, it looks like it. So, let's see how well I feel tomorrow.
Let's see how well you feel in about an hour.
Yeah.
What exactly? You got zesty Doritos
Yeah,
going on
these
top of your cheese poutine.
These are like a family favorite thing to do. Our family, we like to mix chips with our meals. And my son-in-law thought that was really quite peculiar. But then all of us talked about how much we had happy memories growing up. Eating chips with our food, chip roasts.
That's mine. That's hers.
Tell us which one you'd prefer.
I prefer mine. You prefer yours.
So there's our kitchen. That's actually the place that we organize our food and get all prepared. There's our power station. And we're just boiling some water to do dishes with. And there's the boat, and we did up some stuff that got wet when we were traveling. So it just smells so nice out on the line. Just lovely. And that water is boiling so that I can finish up more dishes. And then, oh my goodness. Who is that? She's having a fun time. She's really having a fun time, aren't you? I'd be interested to see that spot out there, to see what it's like in there.
Try to go in?
Well, maybe at some point, not tonight, but maybe at some point for sure, yeah, I would. This is very shallow here, remember. I don't know how far out. Oh, look at, you can see this far out, you can see the bottom. Yeah, this was a very, very shallow spot. I kind of feel like Adam when he was naming all the animals, because we've just named this Poplar Point. We renamed Juniper Point Berry Point because there wasn't a juniper to be found, but a ton of berries. So I was so hoping that there would be a ton of poplars, and my goodness, there are poplars all the way across. And I'm thrilled about that. I love the poplars.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please support us by clicking the thumbs up icon on YouTube. We invite you to also subscribe and click the bell. You'll be notified when we upload new content. Please invite your friends and family to come along too. Bye for now.